So, also people complain that there's no folders, but like I said before, I feel like your email's infinitely organized because every word is a folder and a label in every email. So you just got to really think for a second about, all right, I'm looking for this email that came 6 months ago. What's one word that was in that email? And if it's about your taxes, or if it's about your bills, or if it's from your Discover card company, you just type that in, and then all your emails are listed, and they're listed in chronological order. So it's really efficient. And just some advice too, empty your inbox. Make it a habit to archive your inbox and get everything from your inbox out of your inbox and not to some other way of organization, whether it be your calendar or Google Documents, or if it's about an assignment, get it printed and get it done. But keep your inbox empty, because I get over, including spam, I get about 100 emails a day. Most of it's spam. I'd say I get 30 to 40 important emails a day. And every night I empty the inbox because it just makes your life much less stressful. I also hear that people don't want to forward their Eden accounts because they get way too much spam in their Eden accounts. But Gmail's spam detection is by far the best spam detection ever created. My spam is always spam, and maybe once every 6 months I'll have an item that I notice isn't spam, and I'll mark it as not spam. All you do is you go to your spam folder, and this is obviously spam in my inbox right now. So all I do is press delete all spam, and it deletes it. If this wasn't spam, I would click the checkbox and press not spam, and it would let me know that it's remembered that this item is not spam, and it will never put it in the spam folder ever again. So I'm just going to delete that because I don't want it. Also, useful things you can do. If you think creatively, you can email self your files, or simply attach your files and then press save to save them as a draft. So I have a draft in my drafts folder that I've never sent to anybody, but it's got attached. It has, well, this isn't the one I had before, but I had one that had attachments on it. So let's say I have a document. I'm going to make a new text document real quick, just so I can show you an example. I'll just call it test. If you go to Gmail, you click attach file in a new message, browse, and then find that document, which was on my desktop, called test. Press open. If I press save, that item is now attached to the email in my drafts folder. Should be. It's not working. Usually it works. I think the internet is freaking out for some reason. But yeah, if you attach any file and press save and save a draft, it'll be in your drafts forever. And also when you do searches, it searches the text within documents. So if you have a Microsoft Word document and it's homework or something and you search for homework, it'll pull up the email because inside the text document are those words. I'm going to move on to calendar just because we're running out of time. So if you go to Google Calendar, just type in calendar.google.com. Going back to Gmail real quick for a second, thinking creatively, you can also scan business cards, attach them to an email, type in the word business cards in that email, and email it to yourself. And then if you ever need to see your business cards that you collected, just type in the word business cards in search. It'll pull up every email that has the word business card in it and all the pictures that are attached. That's how I save all my business cards, so I don't have paper lying around. You can also type the person's name in the email. That way, you can just search for their name and you'll get the specific email that has their business card attached. And you can also email yourself reminders from your cell phone. So if you notice, whenever anyone's telling me anything, I tend to pull my cell phone out, and what I'm doing is I'm emailing myself a message. So as soon as I get back to my inbox, there's an email from my cell phone and it says do this. All right, so Google Calendar. There are several viewing modes. On the top right, you can press day, week, month, 4 days, which I never use, and agenda, which is like just your day view, which I never use. So I normally keep it at week. Your top bar up here, this region, is your day tasks that technically have to happen at some point during the day, but they're not time specific. And the region below is time specific tasks, block scheduled stuff. How to add tasks, there's a few ways. The top left, under the Google button, you can see create event. If you click that, you can enter all the information necessary to create an event, and you can also set if it repeats daily, weekly, monthly, and there's all kinds of options to figure that out. On the top left, you can also press quick add, and you can type in something, including a time and a date, and Google's intuitive, so it knows what's a time and what's a date, and it blocks it off. So for example, Madhuri, what's your birthday?
March 9th.
So if I type this, March 9th, and I press add, it adds her birthday on March 9th, and then I can press this button here to go to the event, and I can put it under my calendar called birthdays, and I can put repeat yearly and press save, and now you're permanently saved in my calendar. That's just an example. You can also, at any point under week view or month view, just click and drag a block and add an event that way, and then you can go to edit event details and edit if it repeats yearly or monthly.
James, how do you make a task? As far, I mean, is it any different from an event?
At the top, you mean, like a daytime task?
Yeah.
Up here, you just click.
Oh, you just put it in there?
You just type it in.
Oh, that's not time specific.
It's not time specific, yeah.
Hey James.
Yep.
When you know how when you click someplace and it says like there's like there's like a calendar and they say like other stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
How do you create that?
I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm going to show you how to make new calendars. Actually, I'll do that right now. So at the bottom, on the left side, there's My Calendars, which lists all your calendars. I have way too many. And you can click Create to make a new one. It brings you to the Create New Calendar page where you type the calendar's name and description, location if you want to, if it's a certain place, the time zone. You can also select to make this calendar public, which makes it completely public to the world, so be careful what you're sharing. If you do make it public, you can select to share only my free busy information, which won't list what items are on the calendar. It'll just say busy or free. At least I think so. I've never used it, but I'm assuming. And then there's also an option to share with specific people. So for example, if I make a calendar, like my calendar of classes, like my class schedule, is shared with my friends who I study with, so they know when I'm in class and I know when they're in class. You can see on the left side other calendars, or calendars that are not yours but are being shared with you by other people.